Shalom, shalom. Yasharala. Hope everyone is well. Want to get back to Ezekiel and keep breaking down those dimensions of the house, of the Hakal, the set apart place. When you go read about, is it not Zebulon, but we'll come back to it. His name starts with a Z, but Zerubbabel. When you go read, after you look at what we're going to be looking at regarding the house, the Hakal, the measurements, that's in Ezekiel chapter 38, 39, and 40, or around there, you'll see that what happened to me, what has went down in my life in the last year, is pretty much what happened to Zerubbabel. That the Most High stirred up within him, in his spirit, to first see the Hakal, to see the set apart land, but then to go and rebuild it. And I want everyone to come and listen if I have a message to relay, and it's truth. I want everyone to grab a chair and a pen and paper and take notes like I do. But if you're still thinking that when I say rebuild the Hakal, if you're still thinking that we need hammers and nails, tools, you are a beginner. And hey, everyone has to start somewhere. But you shouldn't have any literal thought in your head. I've seen where there are places in Scripture that I've found that are parables that still are speaking about literal matters as well, because like I said, Abba, he covers everything. The enemy, when he does something, it's got so many different purposes and meanings, and he achieves so many things with one stone. But the Most High is way beyond that. But I want to show you this clip real quick. It's like 2 minutes of this video by this guy Jamashia, the Effect Sports. I've mentioned him a couple times on this channel, but I've never played. I don't play any other people's content except for Dawood's. But I want you to pay attention to the numbers that you're going to hear this guy talking about. This guy, he might hate Abba, I don't know. So I'm not, I don't agree with what this guy says. I don't disagree with what he says. I just think what I saw in this video, once in a while I'll stop and check out what this guy's saying, because it is interesting, this whole ritual thing that the enemy does on the image of the beast right before our eyes, and we have no idea what's even going on. He's going to show you one, and it's going to be perfectly clear that it is a ritual. But I want you to pay close attention to what numbers he's going to say that they used in this ritual. It's like 2 or 3 minutes. Once it gets past that part, I'll pause it and I'll be back, and we'll start back in Ezekiel. Here it is.
Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. First Monday night football game of the new year, and it begins with a mega ritual. And yes, this was a ritual, and notice so much drama around this ritual where they refuse to show you the highlight of what happened, but it is the internet age. You can look it up. You can see it was a routine tackle. You can see that Damar Hamlin, who's reportedly in critical condition, got up, went up to the player he tackled, gave him a taunt to the face, took a step back, and collapsed. And you've been listening to Booger McFarland. I mean, isn't it just annoying? Like, back to Booger. Who has the name Booger anyway? I mean, the whole world of sports is so bullshit, you even have to listen to a guy named Booger. Booger's talking like this. This is one of the saddest things I've ever seen. I think they just need to cancel this whole game. It's like, can we just play the damn highlight and see that absolutely just nothing happened to this guy? Because literally nothing happened to him. And anyway, I'm going to show you how perfect this ritual is in the Queen City when the Queen died on the opening day of the season when the Bills beat the defending Super Bowl champion Rams. Again, if you guys don't know, Cincinnati, where the game is known as the Queen City, and so is Buffalo. Both cities are known as the Queen City. And in case you guys forgot, I did go out to Buffalo in the offseason right after the Tops shooting at the Buffalo Tops Market to show how that shooting was a ritual synced up with the Bills' 63rd season and why the Bills would win their opener against the Rams. So, again, if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, stay tuned. I'm going to show you how perfect this ritual is, this mass energy manipulation, which is pretty much what every NFL game is. And really, they should be talking about the former Jaguar who dropped dead. Well, they announced his death today, the day of the Purdue game. He played at Purdue, the Jaguar who's dead today. But they're not even bringing that up. They're just talking about how dramatic this moment is. And actually, before I go an inch further, just look at ESPN's photo. Anything stand out about ESPN's photo for the ritual, you guys? What have I been teaching for 10 years straight about Monday Night Football? I always teach about one number, don't I? Like how every week the game's scripted around one number. Does anything stand out about this photo in light of what I've been teaching for 10 years? M is the 13th letter. N is the 14th. F is the 6th. 13 plus 14 plus 6 is 33. Who's the one number standing up in this photo? 33. Last week, Nick Foles stays on 33 career wins. Every week it's about 33 on Monday Night Football. And again, in the photo, the only guy standing is 33. These are rituals, you guys. And again, American football is credited to Walter Camp, the Scottish Rite Freemason, where the highest degree is the 33, where it's all about numbers. Again, etched on every Masonic temple is all is number. Again, these are secret societies. They're into things that most people don't know about, like Kabbalah and Gematria and numerology and astrology. So anyway, look at this. Let's just go through this piece by piece. We'll get to why they did this while the score is 7-3. But notice Damar Hamlin's born on the 83rd day of the year. We call that the football number. Peyton Manning's birthday is the 83rd day of the year. Tom Brady's born 8-3. Remember this year on the 83rd day of the year, the Colorado team, the Denver Broncos team caught on fire on Peyton Manning's birthday. Both Colorado and football equal 83 in Gematria, which means today is 81 days before Damar Hamlin's upcoming birthday. Notice also that he's the 212th pick, 212, because the Super Bowl this year is on 212. But today is January 2nd, meaning today is 81 days before his birthday. If you're new here, we call 81 the ritual number in Gematria with the alphabetic order. When you add up the letters, R is the 18th letter of the alphabetic order. I is the 9th, T is the 20th, U is the 21st, A is the 1st, L is the 12th. When you add it up, ritual equals 81. And there's not many words that have the same Gematria when you run the alphabetic order forwards and backwards, but ritual is one of them. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, so making Z1 back to A is 26, ritual also adds up to 81. So it just happens to be 81 days before his birthday. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, Bills equals 81. He plays for the Buffalo Bills. In the Super Bowl this year, 2-1-2. Super Bowl 57 is going to be on 2-1-2. That means that from today to the Super Bowl is 41 days. When you run it forward, Super Bowl is 41. When you run it in reverse, it's 49. Damar Hamlin's also 49. Keep in mind, NFL's 49, America's 49, Scottish is 49, as in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. And again, if you're new here, been educating about these numbers year after year. So we guaranteed Tom Brady would win the Super Bowl the year he turned 41, the year he beat the Rams. LA also equals 41. So does Kobe Bryant, who died at age 41 on the Pope's 41st day of his age while traveling from Catholic Mass. By the way, let me know if you guys want me to go down to LA for the 3-year anniversary of Kobe's death, like I went down to Buffalo. We did wake up a lot of people in Buffalo. We can probably even wake up a lot more in LA since it's a lot bigger city. But again, I did do a lot of traveling this past year for the anniversaries of major things: Oklahoma City bombing, 9/11, Tops shooting, et cetera, and sadly, all that seemed to happen for doing that is a lot of people fell off the wagon and stopped supporting the work. And I suppose that's because I did a little bit less sports decoding this year. So ultimately what I found out is people don't care about getting out the truth. They just care about winning on sports picks. And we do a lot of that as well. But anyway, his full name, DeMar Romiel Hamlin. Notice 96 forwards, 111 in reverse. And this season's all about the Queen. Remember, the Queen died at age 96. I predicted why she would die at age 96. My prediction was slightly off. I thought she'd die on the 140th day of the year. Instead, she died 140 days after her birthday. I thought that because Queen of England equals 140. But again, the Queen died on the opening day of the NFL season at age 96. There's a lot of reasons to explain about that. Again, Buffalo beat the Rams that day. Buffalo's known as the Queen City, so is Cincinnati. And notice how Cincinnati also equals 96. So does Freemason. And when you run his name in reverse, it's 111. Remember, the Queen was born on April 21st, the 111th day of the year. The 111th World Series was won by the Royals over New York. New York equals 111. Remember, we had the Mets in the World Series at 60-1 odds in spring training before they lost to the Royals in the 111th World Series. And don't forget, we predicted what day Prince would die months before he died, because he had the song I Would Die For You with the number 4 and the letter U, which is the 21st letter. So I Would Die 421. Prince died on 421 on the Queen's birthday, April 21st, the 111th day of the year. So again, think about it, you guys. Battle of the Queen Cities tonight. And the guy whose name equals 96 and 111, you can't get more Queen Elizabeth than that. This happens to him in Cincinnati. Just think about it. This is like, I guarantee you tonight's game had the biggest rating for ESPN for Monday Night Football. Guaranteed. Guaranteed it had by far the biggest rating because people wanted to see this matchup. The two teams that, if there's a third team, it's the Chiefs, but these are the teams that people are thinking are going to represent the Super Bowl and the AFC. And then this happens. And what was the score when it happened? It was 7-3. What does Queen equal? 73. So does the word sacrifice. Sacrifice equals 73 and 46. Today's got 46 date numerology. We'll see if they're going to report that he died. It remains to be seen. Or who knows? Could be 41 days from now, and he could be making the game-winning Super Bowl because Russell Wilson got traded to the backup and forgot to hand off to Marshawn Lynch, who's now the backup for the Bills.
There, yeah. So, like I said, I don't agree with everything. I don't know what that guy believes, and the only reason I'm saying that is because every time someone does share a clip from someone else's content, it's like that person is the trolls. The trolls are going to say what they want anyways, but the trolls usually stop and say, oh, well, you shouldn't be associated with him. I'm not associated with this person. And his views, I have no idea what they even are. But I seen that. And hopefully some of you caught on to a few of those numbers that he read off. Right? And I would say that there's other people that would be, like I told you, every day Abba blows my mind, because he lets me know every day that I'm not just a spectator in this whole deal. I'm in this deal. And you should be too. You shouldn't live your life like these pansy, candy-ass Christians do, where they think this is just time for them to live their life soft and plush and sweet, and that the events they read about in prophecy from the scriptures is something that they don't have to even think about it, because it's not going to happen in their time. That's what they say. So they live their life like there's no significance to it other than stuff in their face twice on Sunday, once on Wednesday, and that's it. And they're Nikes. Every time truth comes out, Nikes. You see the bottom of those Nikes, they want nothing to do with the truth or reality. But let's talk about the numbers before we go to Ezekiel. It's huge for me. I have to talk about this. I'm 41. Some of you should know why that's so significant to me. Hold on. Okay. When I was in prison, when I went to prison, I had read the Bible up till then, but I've admitted to you and plenty of other people that I really didn't even believe back then. I didn't know anything back then, really. I was pathetic in all aspects. But I studied the Bible with this guy who was wanting to be a pioneer for the Jehovah's Witnesses. And this guy, his name was Squirrel, and he had more tattoos on him than I've ever seen. Yeah, so sorry about that. Anyways, that guy that I studied with when I went and was locked up for a year, he knew more of the scriptures than anyone I've ever, his understanding of it was just unbelievable, and I was just glued to him. And I went and studied with those guys, and I definitely don't agree with what they think and their views, but that guy, he told me, he showed me, he said he knew. We were out on the yard one day, and he said he knew what year that the end would be, that when the Most High would step foot back down here, like when it would be over with, like right after the tribulation and everything. And he said it would be around 2030. I can't remember for sure. It was either 2030 or 2032. And, of course, I wouldn't have believed him. He said he knew the day, he knew the year. And I was like, yeah, all right, well, what year? And he didn't tell me like I would probably do, because I'm a dumbass. He said he went and showed me in the scripture, and it was in Daniel. He showed me in Daniel, and I cannot remember for the life of me. It's sealed up. He sealed it up in me. And I seen it though. He showed me, and I seen the year it was either 2030 or 2032. I saw it with my own eyes, and I went back since, and I cannot find it. I don't know how he did it, but he did. So, I'm 41 right now, and it's 23. So in 7 years, it'll be